There are some places where history never quite lets go. You step inside and it feels like the walls are holding on to more than just memories. In Keithsburg, Illinois, one such building still stands. Built in 1894, it first opened its doors as a hotel, the Bailey, later the Searle, the Arlington, and finally the Porter, where travelers came for a hot meal, a bed, and a brief stop on their journey. For 25 years, it bustled with the comings and goings of strangers passing through. But in 1919, it changed its story. Hello, friends. My name is Marcia, and this is Midwest Ghost Hunters. The Robert Burns Masonic Lodge No. 113 purchased the property and gave it new purpose. They expanded the building, adding a grand hall upstairs and a gathering space below. For nearly a century, it was a place of ritual, community, and tradition. Not long after the last guests checked out and the last lodge meeting was held, there were whispers that something or someone remains. You may also hear this building referred to as the 1861 Masonic Lodge. That's because some believe it was built by the Masons in 1861, but that isn't the case. The lodge itself was organized in 1850, and in those early years, the members met in different places around Keithsburg: the Oddfellows Hall, Woodman Hall, the Citizen State Bank. The structure we investigated came later, in 1894. It wasn't until 1919 that the Masons purchased it and made it their home. Over time, those dates have gotten a little tangled together, which is how I believe the 1861 name came to be. Stepping inside today, you can feel the layers of history pressing in. Every creak of the floorboards reminds you that this is no ordinary building. We arrived on a very warm and humid evening, and without electricity, the air inside was thick and heavy. Calling it a little toasty would be generous. To make matters worse, an army of mosquitoes seemed determined to test our patience. At one point, we hiked half a block to Casey's convenience store for a quick break. If the lodge wasn't haunted, Casey's certainly was, by swarms of mosquitoes. Hats off to the staff working that night. They had it much worse than we did. But back inside, the real test began. Paranormal reports from the lodge include cupboard doors slamming, footsteps across empty rooms, unexplained voices, and being touched when no one was around. With our equipment ready, we set out to see if any of these claims could be documented. We did hear voices several times during the night, but with Casey's nearby and a noisy tavern just a block away on the other side of the building, we couldn't call it paranormal. Experience has taught us to wait before jumping to conclusions. That said, we did capture several spirit box responses, clear enough in the moment to make us stop and listen. It felt like someone really was trying to break through and talk with us.
How many are in this room? Three.
Are you talking about us?
Is Elizabeth here?
So is that how you lost the hotel? Because the guy got mad at you and got revenge?
He did.
The EVPs were a different story. We didn't hear them during the investigation, only later when I went back through the recordings. And that's what makes them so striking. You don't hear anything at the time, and then suddenly there it is, a voice you know you didn't hear. Who was communicating with us, and what were they trying to say?
How can we help you? You have the power. I heard that.
A cough? No, it's a man's voice. While we were outside at the command center watching the video feed, the sudden burst of light from the REM pod made us all stop and look. It was one of those quiet moments where everyone realized the same thing at once, that something unseen was in that room. and then came the light anomalies. While setting up the spirit box in the dining room, 2 distinct lights were captured on camera.
Yes?
You have a huge fork about the ceiling door right by you and towards the camera.
Okay, we're on it, sister. Here's your blindfold.
One in particular stood out because it looked almost identical to something we caught years ago at the Farrar schoolhouse. We tried to debunk it with dust, spider webs, reflections, even stray hairs, but we couldn't recreate it. When something matches past evidence from a completely different location, you know you've got something worth paying attention to. Who or what haunts the building is the big question. We're pretty sure it has more to do with its days as a hotel rather than its days as the Masonic Lodge. But that's just our theory. What do you think? Residual energy, an active spirit, or something else entirely? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. At the end of the night, we didn't uncover any dark secrets here. What we did find was a building rich in history where the past feels close enough to touch, and like so many of our investigations, it's left us with more questions than answers. Still, that's part of the pull. You walk through these rooms and almost hear the echoes of travelers setting down their bags or lodge members gathering upstairs. Whether what we captured was spirit or imprint, one thing is certain: the Masonic Lodge has stories left to tell. This is a place we'll be revisiting, not just for the evidence, but for the history etched into its walls. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and may the truth reveal itself in the shadows.